With KSI confirmed to be making his boxing return soon, it's a great time to take a look back at all his previous boxing matches. Let's get right into it. KSI has had a total of 7 boxing fights. He has a record of 5 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. His first fight was the main event of the first ever YouTube boxing event as he took on Joe Weller. Coming into this fight, KSI was the underdog as many people expected Joe, who had previous boxing training, to beat him. On fight day, we saw for the first time the Nightmare KSI, as he destroyed Joe Weller for 3 straight rounds. KSI would get the stoppage in the 3rd round. After this fight, he called out the Paul brothers, which then led to his second fight. KSI took on Logan Paul in Manchester on August 25th. Logan looked like the better boxer in round 1 and 2 as he easily won the first 2 rounds. In round 3 and 4, KSI started to find his groove and started to mount a comeback. Heading into the 6th round, Logan was starting to gas out and KSI started to mount the pressure, which almost resulted in Logan getting knocked down. At the end, both men made it into the final bell. The fight ended as a majority draw. This was a very controversial decision as both men thought they did enough to win. After the result, both men wanted the rematch. It would take a whole year later for the rematch to happen. The rematch would take place on November 9th in 2019. This fight was different as both men went pro for the first time. This fight had a ton of controversial moments. First one happened in round 3 as KSI got what looked like a knockdown, but the referee counted it as a slip. The second moment happened in the 4th round as Logan landed a nice uppercut that hurt KSI, but he then held onto him and punched him on the way down, which resulted in the referee taking away 2 points from him. This would affect the final scorecard as KSI would win by split decision by only 1 point. After this fight, KSI would take a break to focus on music, and also the pandemic caused boxing to close down for a little bit. I would make his return to boxing on the first ever Misfits boxing event. Originally, he was supposed to take on Alex Wassabi, but due to him pulling out, KSI decided to take on 2 fights in one night. In the first fight of the night, he easily stopped Swarms in the 2nd round to secure his first win of the day. In his second fight of the night, he took on journeyman boxer Luis Pineda. He easily dominated Luis and got the victory in the 3rd round. KSI would then make his return to boxing in 2023 in January. He was originally scheduled to take on Dylan Dennis, but he pulled out. This led to FaZe Temper stepping in to fight KSI. This fight was iconic as it led to one of the best knockouts in YouTube boxing history, as KSI got a knockout in the 1st round to continue his winning streak. His next fight came in May as he took on millionaire and pro boxer Joe Fournier. This fight ended in total controversy, as KSI got a round 2 knockout, but when looking at the replay, it was seen that KSI actually landed an elbow. This resulted in the fight being ruled a no contest. Even after this elbow, Tommy and KSI had a face-to-face to hype up their upcoming fight. KSI's last fight was against Tommy Fury in the main event of Misfits Boxing Prime card. This fight had tons of build up to it and was KSI's toughest challenge yet. In the first few rounds, KSI had tons of success and landed a nice shot in the first. Tommy got more comfortable as the fight continued. At the end, it seemed like KSI may have edged it or a draw, but the judges saw differently as Tommy would win by unanimous decision. Now we wait for KSI to announce his next opponent and we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you later.